I'm going to experiment today with a recipe that someone sent me. It's for a healthy banana bread. Now, I've been making banana bread since I was in college. I love banana bread. This one struck me as being unique because it's made with blueberries. It's a blueberry banana bread. The recipe looks delicious. It looks easy. So let's make this blueberry banana bread. Let's take a moment to talk about the bananas. You need 3. I bought 4. One of these is going to become a part of my breakfast. You want to get them speckled. If you can't find them that way in the store, starting to turn brown, that's a good indication that they're ripe enough to be used in banana bread. So you want to ripen them as best you can. I put these in a paper bag and then left them in there for a few days because they were clean yellow and even a little bit green when I bought them at the store. So I'm going to break these into a bowl. I have a large mixing bowl here. And then I have here a little pastry cutter that I'm going to use to mash these up. Okay, so that looks good enough. Scrape out my pastry cutter. I got to tell you about one little oddity of mine. I cannot stand the smell of banana peels in the trash. So I put those peels in a Ziploc bag and took them outside to the trash can. Now I can start adding my other ingredients, but I should tell you that in the meantime, I'm heating my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 180 degrees Celsius. Now, I have here 2 large eggs. And you always get a shell when you don't want one, which is another reason why I break it on the counter rather than the edge of the bowl. The edge of the bowl can push eggshell up inside the egg, but if you just crack it on the counter, you can crack the shell. Okay, so that's 2 large eggs. Then I have 1/2 cup by volume, which is about 4 1/4 ounces, 120 grams of 2% plain Greek yogurt. Put that in there. And then I have 1/4 cup of honey. This is 60 milliliters of honey. I didn't weigh this. I know some people do it by weight, some do it by volume. That's how I chose to do it. Okay, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. This is my little eyedropper squeezer bottle. I know each one of these is a 1/4 teaspoon. 3 and 4. There's 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then I have 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Put that in there. And then I'm going to stir this up before I add the flour and get this all mixed together. Okay, now I can add the flour. I have 1 1/2 cups, which is 7 1/2 ounces, 213 grams of all-purpose flour. And I can stir that in there. Okay, I'm getting that thoroughly mixed in there. And I'm happy with that. Now, what I have here is 1 cup, which weighed 6 ounces, 170 grams. These are fresh blueberries. You don't want to use frozen because they have a purple syrup that'll turn your bread completely blue. And you want to just gently fold the blueberries in. You don't want to crush the juice out of them. Just try to get them distributed evenly, and I'm not going to work that too much. That's my batter. I greased a glass baking dish, loaf-shaped baking dish. You can use a baking pan. My mom always made her banana bread in glass baking dishes, so that's what I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it my mom's way. And then I'm going to put my batter in there. 9 by 5 inch is typically the loaf pan you want to use. That's about a 23 by 13 centimeter. This one is slightly narrower, but it's longer. So the volume is about the same. All right. That is ready to go into the oven. It's in the oven, and you saw how easy that was to make. It took minutes to assemble. I'm going to bake it for 50 minutes, or directions say, until a toothpick inserted in the middle comes out clean. I like to use a digital thermometer. When I get it up to around 200 degrees inside or 93 degrees Celsius, then it's done. And I can also see what the probe looks like when I take the probe out of the inside. If that comes out clean, that's just added proof that the bread is done. There it is. How does that look for a banana bread, banana blueberry bread? I'm going to check the internal temperature on this. Let's see, go into the middle. 190, look at that, 202, 203. Can you see that very well? There it is. 204. Looks pretty good. All right. By the way, that took longer than I initially anticipated. The recipe said 50 minutes. That was in the oven 70 minutes to get that temperature. I know the glass absorbs heat. That affects baking time as compared to a metal, and the shape can affect baking time. So that's why I like working with a digital thermometer. It takes out a lot of the guesswork. All right, I'm ready to cut my loaf here. See what this looks like inside. I let this cool quite a bit because with breads, the starches inside are kind of liquidy. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? All right, my favorite way of eating this. Let me put a slice on a plate for myself. And what I like to do with breads like this is put some cream cheese on there. All right. I got to do some photography, and then I can taste that. I'm excited about this because I love banana bread, and to make it with blueberries, this has got to be good. It's a wonderful flavor. I mean, you've had blueberry muffins, you've had banana bread. It's like a combination of both flavors. Very moist, very tender, delicious. I have some coffee ready, so excuse me, I'm going to go enjoy my afternoon snack of blueberry banana bread. For a printable PDF copy of this recipe with step-by-step photographs, visit my website, mobilehomegourmet.com, and look on the home page or in the recipe archive.